Hi everyone, Chef from Outdoors in the Low Countries, and in this video we're going to show you the service of the Kubota B2261. So I already showed you a video on the 50-hour service of the Kubota B2 series. In this video we're going to have a look at the extended service that is required when the machine has more hours on it, like changing of the transmission oil including the filters, changing of the engine oil including the filters, checking and adding cooling fluid. Of course I'm going to clean the machine as well. For this service action I also checked what type of transmission oil and engine oil is required according to the specifications of Kubota, and I wasn't able to get the super UDT from Kubota as they mention in their manual. So what I did, I tried to match a very high performance transmission oil which is well available on the market as well as online, and I used that for this service, and I will show you all of that in the video. And the service actions shown in this video are typically done for the 400-hour service intervals of the Kubota B2 series. So let's go and let's have service action. So the first step is to drain the engine oil, and you need an 18mm wrench in order to remove the bolt. So the engine oil filter is behind this cover, so we need to take that away. So let's now also take out the oil filter. It's not an easy thing to take off because it's very closed. This radiator hose is very much in the way. So here we have the new original oil filter from Kubota. I will only use original parts just to make sure that everything is according to specifications of Kubota. So let's put on date and operating hours. Oiling up the gasket, and let's install the new filter. And don't forget to replace the old copper washer with new ones. These are the ones, the original ones. I will put all the part numbers in the description, by the way. Let's also clean it out. No dirt on the surface. And take the new ring, put it on. Good to go. And don't forget to put the drain bolts back before you pour in new oil. It prevents quite some mess. I'm very sure you're not the first one if you would forget that. 18mm wrench again. Tight is tight. Don't overturn it. Doesn't make any sense. So here we have the oil filler cap. Now the oil entrance is somewhat difficult to reach. So in order to make it easy for myself, I will use this special funnel, which I also always use for adding hydraulic fluid, which has the same type of problem. For the engine oil I will use Agrisynth LSP Ultra 10W40 from Krono, which is a very high performance engine oil. So there's a new oil filter placed and the drainage bolts are back into its location, so it's now time to pour in the new oil. And with this special funnel it's easy to pour it in. Makes life easy. So let's check the oil level now. Could be a little bit higher, about in the middle, so I'm going to add a little bit to it. But first I will have to let it run for a while. The next step is to drain the hydrostatic fluid. So this is a 17mm bolt instead of 18. Now at the rear axle you see these larger bolts which are meant for mounting the rear axle, but there's one smaller bolt here which is a 12mm bolt, and that's the one that you need to take out in order to have a drainage, both on the left and on the right side. So let's take it out. In the beginning there's paint on it, so the wrench doesn't want to go on, but it really is 12 millimeter, like that, and then you can turn it out. There we go. Also on the other side we need to take out the bolt. So let's also remove the transmission oil filter then. Here we have the new transmission oil filter. Let's put on the date, the number of hours, a little bit of oil. Let's put it on. As mentioned in the manual, the hydraulic fluid filter needs an extra turn with the filter wrench. Most probably because this very fine hydraulic filter is at the pressure side of the hydraulic pump. And of course clean all the remainder oil from the tractor. So let's also do the suction filter then. And here we got the suction filter. Also original Kubota, of course. Now this is going to be mounted hand tight. So that's it. Now let's put in the drainage plug of the hydraulic fluid again. On the original washer of the drainage plug, it's a very interesting construction. It's metal with this rubber part. I'm not sure, of course, how long that will hold, so I will replace it with a copper washer, which I'm very sure will make it leak tight. And this is the original part number of the copper washer. And also for the small hydraulic fluid bolts, they have the same type of structure. I'm not sure how long that will hold, so also there, just to be sure, I will use a copper washer instead. Now, this is not an original Kubota washer because I didn't have the part number there, so it's a general one, but copper is soft, so this will make sure that it will close off the drainage plug. I tried to buy the Kubota Super UDT or UDT hydraulic fluid online, but I was not able to do that here in Europe. So I looked up which is the one that is coming very close to that, and this is the one that is very close to Super UDT or UDT from Kubota. It's from Chrome Oil and it's the HD4 Plus. Now this oil is especially developed for agricultural hydraulic transmissions, so I'm very sure it's a very good oil for my orange friend. This is not a nice can to pour it in. Now the big can obviously doesn't work well, so I'm going to do it a little bit different. I'm going to take it in steps. I think that will work better. So 5 liters at a time. Now it's a little bit out, it works much better. 15 liters. Yep, bit there. Now we're also going to replace the fuel filter, so I need to take off this cover as well. Now I don't see any valve, so I think that you will just have some diesel going on the floor. Okay, not that bad. So here we got a fuel filter taken out, and this is the original filter from Kubota again. So apparently I need to take this out and then put the O-rings back. Insects. So with this hook you're able to grab the top of it and then take it out. There's a new O-ring here in the back. This is the O-ring that I still need to put back in. It's still okay. So let's clean this one out with some gasoline. So you can see there are some rings inside that fit with the rings over here. So that's what you need to do. And then you can push it back in. Put the O-ring back in place. So let's now mount the fuel filter back. And the minute you put it in, automatically the diesel starts running. So I think it has an automatic closure valve. So there's a nice clean filter for the diesel again. The drainage plug for the oil of the front axle is just above the rim. And to prevent the oil from polluting all over the rim and tire, I used a piece of cardboard to guide the oil into the bin. For the front axle I'll use this one, a GL5G from Kubota. Also for the funnel of the front axle oil, it's very helpful to have a funnel like this with the two bends, because otherwise it's almost impossible to reach. Cleaning of the radiator protection guard as well as the clean air filter and compartment can best be done by compressed air. And when all the oils and fluids are at the right level again and all the draining plugs are put back in, the tractor is started up to see if there are any leakages or other things that are of concern and need some attention. Better to find it now than when you are outdoors in the field. And then using the pressure washer with a mild nozzle to clean the dirt and all the other stuff from the tractor. So the cooling liquid is quite low, so I need to add that as well. In this plate there's a small hole, make sure that the hose is going back to the hole again. So I added a few drops of oil, so I'm now just at the edge of the maximum. Just below it you can still see, I hope it's in focus, you can still see the small hole of the top one, but just below the top hole the oil starts, so that's perfect. And don't forget to put the engine oil cap back on. So the battery has a status indicator, I've never seen it before. And when I put a light on it, or illuminate it, you see that it turns green, so it's okay. And of course, don't forget to check your tire pressure. So let's now also place these covers back onto the Kubota. So my Kubota has had this service, it's time to close the hood and drive it back out. So as I showed you, it's very easy to do those maintenance yourself. The advantage of that is that you can also pick your own quality of transmission oil and engine oil and all the other parts to make sure it has the right quality and also that they are original Kubota parts. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time here in the low countries.